Caitlin Clark will destroy you if you make even the slightest mistakes defensively. So the Atlanta Dream are trying to go under this screen. I've got to get up if I'm that big and jam Aaliyah Boston so that the girl going under can get on the other side at the same time. If you're even a fraction of a second late and you don't jam the screener right here, boom. Now look at, you're late getting on the other side. Caitlin Clark easily is going to get you leaving your feet with a pump fake and a step back triple. The second defensively you're off balance right here, Caitlin Clark is going to slice and dice you. Aaliyah Boston's going to fake like she's setting a screen. That gets the defender having to lean up and over the top of this screen. Once Caitlin Clark, look at that. Once she has the advantage to get downhill, we've seen her utilize the step back three off of this. The other thing she does once she's got you on her inside shoulder right here, look at that. Just play a little bully ball. Once she turns the corner on the defender, that's going to set up a second defender having to come to the ball. And now it's just a matter of who's wide open. Lexi Hall for three. Caitlin Clark is waiting to pounce on any mistake you make defensively. And by the way, this is off a make right here, so she's pushing the ball up the floor right here. Look at this. Caitlin Clark, look, head up the floor, seeing everything. If that defender right there does not get underneath the three-point line with her back to the baseline, Kelsey Mitchell's going to go back door, and Caitlin, look, they're going to live off this every time. You got your back to the sideline. Caitlin Clark's head up the floor the whole way. Kelsey Mitchell back door, beautiful pass lay-in. This is just masterful work away from the ball. Caitlin Clark's going to try and break down the defender right here, but a double comes. So watch her kick this ball out, and now, again, you make the slightest mistake. Caitlin Clark's going to sprint to the three-point line. If that defender is not sprinting and ready to guard and is jogging, she's going to destroy you. Look at Caitlin Clark get to the three-point line. Defender was jogging out. So now look at, defender's not ready to guard. Just get it right back, rip and go drive. Once she has that angle right there and has you leaning towards the paint, right into that step-back three. It is truly insane. Everything is a fast break with the Indiana Fever. The girl guarding Nalissa Smith's boxing out, so she's not going to be able to get back in time. The girl that's supposed to guard Caitlin Clark actually needs to be sprinting back to guard Nalissa Smith. But look what happens right here. Look at slow getting back. Look at the defender. As opposed to sprinting back to Nalissa Smith, she's going to step up and take the ball. Caitlin Clark, as soon as she receives this inbounds, has her head up the floor. Is there a mistake? Is someone open? The girl steps up and takes the ball. Look at Caitlin Clark perfectly leading Nalissa Smith. Layup. This is just absurd, right? Look at how far Caitlin Clark's almost at the logo right now. But look at, so this defender's going to come over and help right here. Even with Caitlin Clark basically at the logo right here. Look at this defender. Still has to close out hard. Still has to leave her feet. I can't close out short. It's Caitlin Clark. Look at how far back she's standing right there. You get a hard closeout. The defender has to leave her feet. Now I've got the angle coming downhill. Easy to spin off you with you off balance, and that's two. One of Caitlin Clark's most underrated strengths is her ability to play bully ball. This is off a miss right here. Look at her sprint up the floor. The defender, as opposed to getting back and ready to guard, is going to try and pick her up full court. So that means you're playing off your back foot right now. You're playing off your back foot as Caitlin Clark's looking. She's going to have a full head of steam downhill right here. Once she's got you on her inside shoulder right there, it's over. It's over. Now it's just look at bully ball, two-shot foul. Everybody is wide open off Caitlin Clark pick and rolls. Everyone. Again, you can't run drop coverage. The second defender has to step up. So Aaliyah Boston's going to be wide open on this roll right here. You've got the cutter coming. Look at how many people are wide open because Caitlin Clark draws everyone's attention off the pick and roll. I've got multiple people that can hit layups. Aaliyah Boston's also catching this in the paint with a full head of steam. Two. Caitlin Clark can destroy this look every time. You know you're going over on every handoff. Even though that handoff's taking place 5 steps from the three-point line, you know the defender has to go over. So Caitlin Clark, what's she going to do? Sprint like she's coming off the handoff. You know the defender's trying to get over the top early, so fake like I'm coming off a handoff, beat her back the other way, and that's a triple. Caitlin Clark's off-ball movement is so brilliant. The defender's hugging her right here. Watch her create this space right here with just a little nudge as she's about to come across the three-point line and come off a down screen. Look at that little nudge. Right there's that little nudge. Look at the space that creates. Look at that. That's 4 steps of space Caitlin Clark creates on her own. So now this defender, it's going to be impossible. Look at how she has to navigate getting over the top of this down screen. Not going to happen. So now Caitlin Clark can curl right off this, pick up a handoff, fade away 3 from out of bounds. You make the slightest mistake defensively, Caitlin Clark is going to bust you. This defender right here, if she's not going to sprint back and is going to backpedal back, Kelsey Mitchell's going to sprint and run the floor because she knows Caitlin Clark's got her here. So off this miss, look at Caitlin Clark, look at the defender, is going to start backpedaling back. Caitlin Clark, as soon as she receives this pass, is looking up the floor, looking for a mistake in the defense right here. Kelsey Mitchell sprints, look at that defender start to backpedal. Whoops, Caitlin Clark's got her layup. One of Caitlin Clark's most underrated abilities is her ability to play bully ball right here. So Aaliyah Boston's going to fake like she's setting a screen. That's going to get the defender fighting up, trying to get over the top of the screen, which is going to give Caitlin Clark the angle. Look at that. Trying to get up and over the top of the screen. Caitlin Clark now can get downhill as soon as she has you on her inside shoulder right here. Look at this. She's on your inside shoulder right here. Now it's just bully ball time. Look at bully ball in the paint, bucket. These passes are just straight out of a video game right here. You're going to set a cross screen right here for Aaliyah Boston. So that cross screen allows Aaliyah Boston to seal her man down low on the block. But look, there's a defender coming from over the top right here. Caitlin Clark's got to perfectly lead Aaliyah Boston through all that traffic in the paint with a defender helping from over the top. Look at this pass, zing, leading her perfectly to the rim, over that second defender helping, and that's just an easy layup now. This is Caitlin Clark's off-ball movement skills being just next level. Look at her. Fake like I'm going back door, getting her lean towards the paint. Now look at, so I'm going to fake like I'm going to go back door. Look at that little nudge again. That little nudge, she creates space before the screen's even set. Look at that space she just created. Now this defender has no chance of getting over the top of this down screen. So what does that do? That's going to bring 2 to the basketball. This roll's going to be wide open now because 2 go to Caitlin Clark. Again, now you collapse the defense. That's all from Caitlin Clark creating all that chaos off the down screen. And you could actually pull someone from the stands and they can score 20 points just playing off Caitlin Clark on ball screens. Aaliyah Boston setting a screen. You know they can't run drop coverage. You can never run drop coverage on Caitlin Clark. So a second defender's coming to the ball. They're going to blitz the pick and roll. So Aaliyah Boston just has to turn, roll about 2 steps right here, wide open, catching this ball in the paint. I mean, look at this. The defenders now has to play from over the top. Aaliyah Boston's got it in the paint with a full head of steam downhill. And I mean, that's just all Caitlin Clark drawing 2 to the basketball all day long. This is not normal. You do not see this in the NBA or basketball at any level, that every time the other team scores and the Fever are having to inbound the ball from underneath the basket, it's still a fast break. It's still transition. Look at, and Indiana Fever players know it. If I sprint here and this defender jogs back and doesn't sprint back, it's a layup. Look at the defender jogging and then backpedaling right here. Caitlin Clark's receiving this, her head's up the floor every single time and pushing the ball. You make a simple mistake defensively. Look at the defender steps up to take Caitlin Clark, doesn't take the girl sprinting downhill in transition, perfectly lead pass, layup. Caitlin Clark just makes life so easy. Again, off the pick and roll. So you know they're going to be blitzing and sending a second defender. So Aaliyah Boston's roll is going to be wide open. But now she's going to come off a handoff right here, or fake like she's coming off a handoff. The defender was leaning, trying to get over the top of that first screen. So you know they're going to not be able to be in drop coverage. That's going to get that second defender leaning up, trying to blitz this handoff right here. But now Aaliyah Boston's got the ability to fake like the handoff's coming. The defender's coming up to Caitlin Clark, and now we're just downhill for an easy 2 to tie the game going into overtime. Caitlin Clark's been feasting off these looks all season long. Aaliyah Boston's going to come up and set a screen. Once Caitlin Clark notices the defender's leaning towards the screen, it's just a blow by the other way. Look at the defender's eyes. Once she catches her eyes looking towards that screen, leaning towards that screen right there, boom. Now I just blow by you the other way, and then a step back jumper to get overtime started. They should just take someone from the stance. Look at how easy this is. Anybody can roll off Caitlin Clark's pick and rolls. 2 defenders are going to the ball. Look at how easy this is. Can't run drop coverage. Second defender comes up. Look at, I take 1 step off this screen and then roll right into empty space. I mean, that could be a fan from the stands because Caitlin Clark draws so much attention off any pick and roll.